Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, where we will talk about self-care, self-healing, just all of the other things I just... Stop playing with me. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, inspired by Issa Rae's Mirror Talk. My name is Givenchy, and I'm a self-proclaimed ghetto intellect, and I provide a self-improvement journey through hood dialect with my ghetto mantras. So I hope you love it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it does something for you. And I just want you to know, like Auntie Monique say, I love us for real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Bree. Today we are going to be talking all things self-healing, affirmations, self-care, and so I had to bring a special guest. So go ahead and tell the people.
Hi, everybody. My name is Givenchy, creator and owner of Ghetto Mantras.
So today's discussion, again, we're going to be talking about self-healing, affirmations, some of the things that, Givenchy has went through. I have been following the Ghetto Mantras brand since you started, and I've watched it kind of grow. I've been to one of Ashley's events to where you kind of like curated and hosted it. I'm like, this girl has a bubbly personality. I like what she stands about, like what she does. And I feel like you're a very positive, like with everything on social media, especially Instagram, it's a whole lot of like negativity. So to have somebody that's like consistently positive, motivating to see on my timeline every day, I enjoy it.
Oh,
so thank you
for
bringing that to social media, because everything else just be too much.
I know, but I want to be that for people. I want people to come to my page and just get a little dose of, I don't know, a sugar or a little dose of sunshine to just, make them feel better or kind of like examine themselves, which will ultimately make them be better.
Right. So for those who want to know, even though I know a lot of y'all should already know who she is, because a lot of people from Milwaukee definitely follow you. They follow the movement.
Period.
What inspired you to create Ghetto Mantras?
Oh gosh. So Ghetto Mantras, I've always been this girl.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been Ghetto Mantras. It just never had a name.
Okay.
And so Spotify, one of my good friends saw Spotify wanted people to do podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, everybody calls me Shay. So you'll hear me refer to myself as Shay.
Okay.
She was like, Shay, I think you should do this. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, what's the name gonna be? Like, what we gonna do? And she said, let's call it, through like workshopping with my friends and my cousin, she did it, and so I'm gonna give her the credit because she said she did. We ultimately landed on Ghetto Mantras, just as a name for me to be able to show my authenticity and my like life advice through a platform. Okay, that's how it started.
All righty, so that's how it started, y'all. So with all that going on, I know you said this is like who you are, because a lot of people kind of grow into who they are. So what did you notice about yourself in a sense that was like, okay, I'm spreading positivity, I'm selling love, showing people that they can kind of reflect?
Well, I think you said something important. So you said people grow into who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I did, but I've always been me. Just how I do me has changed.
Okay.
I've always been outspoken. I've always wanted the best for people. I'm just optimistic. Like I vibrate high,
very high.
And so I've always wanted that. And I've always had the reputation with my friends of the realest.
Right.
So like, I don't know if you all had Crush Spot or whatnot, but all those little sites, like that was my name, like the realest. Because I'm honest. Right. That's all I can be as myself.
Yeah. And the name is super creative too. Like I feel like when people need to draw people into something, like seeing Ghetto Mantras, I'm clicking on it.
Yeah. Like what is that?
Like what's going on over here? I'm clicking on it.
Exactly. And that's why we did it. It's a real juxtaposition. It's a real like, ghetto, okay, but mantras, but that's not, mantras ain't supposed to be but it is,
right? And it can be, and I feel like that's the way that you can kind of relate to people that may not be able to keep up with the other mantras that are out here. Keeping it real.
Yeah, we here. You get the vision.
Alrighty, so what is the main goal that you want to accomplish for the Ghetto Mantras brand?
I just want everybody that interacts with my brand to feel seen in some kind of way. I really want to provide people with a culturally sensitive self-care movement.
Right.
That's my goal, whether that's through self-care packages, whether it's from wellness experiences, whether it's just you being on my page. Like if all you do is you on my page and you find a video that makes you feel better, that's my goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a great goal to try to accomplish. I feel like ourselves as a community and a minority, we are talking about self-care more.
Yes.
Black girl luxury, because we
Yes.
deserve it. Don't let nobody play you and think
Talk
that we
about
don't.
it. Talk about it.
So to be able to be a part of that movement, and I feel like you're one of the forefront people that's pushing it out there like consistently and heavily, because we see it, but we don't see it consistently. And I feel like you've consistently done that with the Ghetto Mattress brand.
Well, it's funny. I'm the most consistently inconsistent person I know. Like if I need a break, I'm taking a break.
Mhm.
But throughout the year, I do think I've maintained a level of consistency with what I'm doing because of who I'm trying to help. But like straight up, I'm just trying to help myself.
Right.
When I do these videos, it's not so I can go tell somebody else what they need to do with their life because I think I'm better and I think I know. No, I'm trying to tell me what I can do better with my life because I do know what's best for myself.
Right.
And if that impacts somebody else, thank you, God.
Right.
That's
right.
all I got.
Being able to be an influence, a good influence.
A good
A good influence.
A good influence.
So what are some of the ways that you personally practice self-care?
Oh God. I practice self-care. For me is more so like it's my life. Like it's not like, oh, I went and got my nails done today.
Mhm.
It's like, how does my life look? Do I have a life that I don't run away from? Do I have a life that I don't retreat from? So like my current like self-care thing is I like to get up in the morning and go read a book on my porch before my kids get up, before my husband, before anybody is even talking to me. I got a book in my hand and I don't even like books. Like that's not my medium.
Right.
I'm an auditory learner.
Okay.
So that's bringing me peace. I look out on my porch, my flowers are beautiful. Like the air is like everything about my life is beautiful. So that's my self-care, just really being present in those moments.
And I feel like that's peaceful too. I know you said you like our audio learner. Have you tried audiobooks?
I do. Yep. I've read a couple of audiobooks.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's good to try to kind of get that peace of mind, especially with you being a family person and having kids and a husband, being able to kind of just like clear your mind. Cause I know they probably be pulling you every which way. If you hear mommy or Shay or like, what's going on today? Okay, so what are some of the ways that you shake off bad vibes, energies when you encounter them?
I don't pay attention to that. Can we cuss on here?
Yes, of course.
I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't give a fuck about no bad vibes. If bitches want to be bad vibes, they can do that on their own. I don't pay attention to that. If somebody is coming at me with negative energy, I am gonna rant about it in my group chat.
Right.
And then that's all you gonna get. I'm not gonna really address you online because I know you so bothered.
Right.
And I have other things to do than to spend my energy on bad vibes from not even bad bitches.
Right. Woo. That's a word.
That's a word.
Spending time on bad vibes from not even bad bitches. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like that because a lot of people don't even be like, I don't want to say it, but it's like
no,
here, there.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What's going on?
It's levels.
And I hate the online stuff. Like I always tell like my friend group, my family, like if you bring something online, you gonna have to stay there.
Yeah, because I'm going to war about it. So that's why I don't take stuff really out my group chat or outside of like really close knit people, because what do it matter anyway?
Right.
Like what does you not liking me, you feeling intimidated by me? Because most of the times, like that's what
intimidation.
It's intimidation. Like I am a bubbly personality, but I know I can come off as kind of intense sometimes. So people like take offense to that. And what that got to do with me?
Right. I'm me. All day, every day.
And it gonna be me, and that's all I can do. So I don't even. And we have caught some girls being jealous. Like we have caught some girls in some photos being jealous,
like in the background. So when I first said, no, it's a real Tommy. Listen, y'all be hearing my producer in the background, but that's a real thing. So like, have y'all ever seen like when celebrities are taking pictures or even
somebody be in the background hating
like this or side-eye or a girl having fun? It's just like, what is the problem? I never understood that, because my thing is, if it's not for you, okay, but you don't have to shame me because it's for me. Like if you the girl that don't like to dance and turn up and bounce ass, okay. But I'm finna shake some.
Yeah, I mean, but people, I think people just don't have that confidence, and they don't spend enough time with themselves to have the confidence. And so you looking at somebody else that's free, they dancing, they shaking ass, and you just like, and it's just like
girl, I wouldn't be doing. Did you see her?
Give it up, bitch.
Listen, like don't be afraid to live out loud, because a lot of y'all, listen, you married.
Yes.
bouncing ass don't stop you from getting a ring on your finger.
No.
And I hate when people try to push that narrative. Like,
No,
you're
my
not
husband love when I act up. Like if I go out, like I think I went one. I had a scandalous dress on, girl. It was so scandalous, it was see through.
ooh,
And my mom was like, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going out." She said, "Dante like that crazy shit, don't he?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he do. Like he empowers me to just like do whatever I want to do.
mm-hmm.
So that's just what I do."
And I feel like that's the best partner to have, because it's like I don't want to sell myself short or play small to assist you with whatever you got
He ain't
going on.
jealous. He know what's up. If I go, but I dress for my own gaze. I don't dress for the male gaze.
Right.
I dress because I think that I look like the most beautiful thing in the world, and that's what I do. And then my husband, he's like a part of that.
Right.
He
And
also
you can
thinks,
dress your ass off. It
"Oh,
was
thanks."
so it was this one picture on your page, and I think it's on your regular page. You had on
Okay.
like, it was brown and it kind of looked like maybe angelic prints on it. And
Oh
it
my
was kind of like
goodness.
the turtleneck thing with the leggings.
Okay, I need to go look at
Yeah,
that.
that
Oh
was
my
fire.
God. I like
That was
yeah.
fire.
It's so hot.
It was fire. It was fire. I'm like, okay.
I like to I'm either here or here.
Uh-huh.
I'm never here.
Right.
I'm either I got some shit on or I'm just giving like I don't know. It's like
I'm chilling.
Yeah, baby, I
Like-
throw some glasses on real quick and just go about my day.
Go about your day.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the ways that you juggle being a mom and a wife without losing your own identity?
What's funny, so like in my professional life, my boss came up with this really cool term. I don't know if she came up with it, but she introduced it to me, and she talked about like people talk about balance, and life is never really balanced.
Right.
It works in harmony. Right. So like I don't balance my kids here because if my kids are here and I'm down here, like somebody's missing out on something.
Right.
But we find ways to work. I work in harmony. So like as being a mother, like I try to make sure, like, okay, if my husband did all the work this day, then let me get up and make sure that I've dressed the kids and fed them breakfast and did all of
Teamwork.
that. Yep. Let me make sure that I cook dinner at least 4 or 5 times this week, right? As far as being his wife, like my poor husband, child. I'm not from here, so I go back home often because I'm homesick a lot.
Oh.
And so like he sets up my life in a way where I can do that.
Woo!
Right. And so, but I come home and I say, okay, what can I do to make him happy? Sometimes it's just going on a walk with him and the dog.
Mhm.
That's all he care about. Or sometimes it's just, I text him about the nice little cute stuff. He bought me a notebook, and I text him like, thank you so much for buying me this notebook. I'm really having a good day today because of it. Right.
Mhm.
That's how I make all of that work in harmony. It's not balanced though.
Okay.
It's just harmony. Certain pots get certain this depending on the day.
Depending on the day. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, she giving y'all some sound advice. So all the ladies out there, if you're married, aspiring to be married, y'all need to listen up, because I feel like that's a good thing too. Just letting him know he's appreciated. And I feel like men like that and women like you, love is real. Because I know
Yeah.
a lot of people like feel down about it and stuff like that and feel like, oh, am I gonna find somebody? Social media makes stuff look crazy too. But I feel like if you find somebody who can balance you out, everything will be all
I
right.
just found somebody who made me a priority. That's it.
Mm.
Like I'm with somebody who I am their priority. And what's funny is like I would tell my friends, like he make our kids his number one priority, and sometimes I feel left out.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm just important to him,
Mhm.
and that's it.
That's great. I'm happy for you, girl. I love when our Black women are being loved the right way.
I'm doing the right
When
thing.
one win, we all win. So I
Hello.
need y'all to understand that.
Hello.
So, do you have any women who have personally inspired you throughout your ghetto mantras journey?
Yes, I got a lot of women that inspire me. So, as you can see on the intro is a mirror talk, and I got that from Issa Rae when she used to be rapping about herself in the mirror.
My God, I'm still mad that Insecure ended. Like, what's going on here?
I know, but that's where I got that from. So I'm inspired by Issa, and I'm really inspired about how she always talks about like working across. And it's so bad, like everybody wants to work up, but like no, work across, because you got some people that's really impactful just that's right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So Issa Rae really inspires me. I write a Ghetto Mantras book, which I don't have for you today because the new one coming out.
Oh, I'm waiting on the
And
drop.
the rest of them already gone.
I'm waiting on the drop. When she drops stuff, the
Yes.
care packages, all
Yes.
that, guaranteed
And
to
it's
sell
gonna
out.
be big this year, y'all. Like it's gonna be big this year. So I write with several people. I want to highlight my mother and my grandmother who helped me write that affirmation book. Yes. Shout out to Elder Leslie and my grandma Betty. They helped me write that book along with my friends. And then my friends, I have some incredible And man, when I tell you I got some women around me,
Mm-hmm.
I got some incredible friends. Shout out to the Summer Friends. That's my group chat. And they're artists, they're wives, mothers, entrepreneurs, researchers, directors, like they're doing the doggone thing. And they inspire me just because of the love that I get from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm inspired by them. And let's see who other women that's inspired me. The women that are vocal enough. So what's funny is I get so many DMs from women.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've ever been vocal enough to reach out to me in a DM, you inspire me.
Right.
That inspires me to say, okay, girl, if you ain't get a video out every week, you need to get it out every other week because somebody needs you and you need somebody.
And looking forward to it. I know I do. Like I
Yeah.
said, anytime I see something positive pop up on my timeline,
Yeah.
I'm clicking on it. I'm double tapping. I'm doing all that.
So I've been blessed. I've been blessed with a lot of good women in my life.
And it's good to have a village. I know that's another topic that I always see on social media is like having a good group of girlfriends.
Man,
Or it's hard to find friends. I don't think it's hard. I just feel like in order to have a good friend, you gotta be a good friend too. And I think a
Right.
lot of people forget that.
yes, you do. I mean, and that's really what it is. Like I've been friends with the same girls since high school. And then we got one of them we added on in the past couple of years, but she's such a doggone sweetie. She just fit right in.
Right.
So I mean, but I'm big on having relationships with women. I'm huge on that. And I'm very close to my family. So one of my cousins, her name is Aisha, we're very close.
Mhm.
But I got a whole like little pocket. I got a family meeting after this. After we get off this podcast, I got a family meeting
Uh-huh.
after this.
Oh.
I'm very close with my shout out to the Matthews family.
Shout out to y'all.
I'm very close to them. They inspire me too.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what's your thought on the stigma of the angry Black woman?
I mean, white supremacy.
It's real and it's still
real.
happening.
I think that I don't think Black women are angry, but I think that they're misread because of our culture, right?
Mhm.
So we might not come in like, okay, don't treat me like that. It's like, okay, you start from, and like, let's take it past slavery. Everybody want to start with slavery,
Right.
but like, let's take it past there. Just from patriarchy has existed since the beginning of time.
Mhm.
So take it back to patriarchy, before slavery, before any of that, chattel slavery, any of that. Women still existed in patriarchy norms, right? So you take trauma from that, and then you take the whole trauma of 400 years of slavery, and then you take the trauma of Jim Crow and women, and then you just take the trauma of like, well, it's better now, but you take just past trauma of women always having to stand up for themselves. Of course, they're gonna come off angry. We gotta be aggressive a little bit because y'all not hearing us when we talk like a delicate flower. So I think that angry Black woman syndrome is a byproduct of white supremacy and patriarchy, and it's just an unfair and untrue narrative about who Black women really are.
Yeah, and then I totally agree with you. And like you said, when we talk quietly or we say, hey, I don't like that, or please don't do that, it gets overlooked. Then when we get to yelling and screaming and cussing, and now we all riled up and ready to go, it's, oh, you're too angry. You're taking it too seriously. No, I done told you 50 times to stop. You didn't hear my stop. So now I'm going to show you my stop.
Yes.
And then, like I said, Black women are the most unprotected species. I don't care what anybody say. We get it the worst. And it's like, all we do is give and give and give and give and give. And sometimes that's still not enough.
It's not. And you know what's funny is, so Bell Hooks has a book. It's on my nightstand, and I can't recall the title, but it's blue.
Okay.
And she talks about really like what men have gone through. So like, yes, I do think Black women are the most unprotected, but man, if you have been conditioned the way that men in our society have been conditioned, especially Black men, it's just hard not to be a byproduct of that. Like, you really got to do a lot of work to undo some of that shit, because racism has done a job on them too.
Yeah.
Society has done a job on them too. So I do agree with you that Black women are the most unprotected. I think Black men, and I don't want to criticize them too bad, I think they could do some things differently and better, but you know, it's where we are. And I just hope everybody continues to grow from the cards we were dealt.
Right. And I'm a firm believer in doing the work. I always work on myself. I always kind of reflect on situations like, okay, Bree, you know, you shouldn't have did that, or how did you contribute? Like, you fucked up a little bit, so you got to figure it out. Rewind. Because I mean, for me, I believe in sorry. I believe in thank you. I believe in all that. Because sometimes you just got to say it.
Yes,
just got to say it.
Yeah.
So with some of like the patriarchy and then like stigmas and things like that, why do you think minorities shy away from therapy or push it off as like that's white people
Oh,
shit?
I mean, that's just religious trauma. So you got to think, right? Like church teaches you only need to rely on God.
It
And
does.
Jesus is the answer. And if you ask me, Jesus, one of my favorite mantras is give it to God and your therapist too. You'll think that this God that we serve, and this just depends on if you believe, right?
Right.
But this God you serve that can create all of the things would just sit up there and not give you no tools for healing. God gave us these therapists. Why you think these people smart enough to do this?
Right.
Based off the strength of the Lord. So I think that it's just religious trauma. And I think that once people understand that God, he don't just zap you with happiness and he don't just zap you with goodness. He puts people in place to give you the tools to be a better you. Then we can accept therapy because, you know, people think you crazy or you going to the psych ward. Like even my father, right? I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, bro, like you got to get in therapy. And he like, I ain't crazy. What you trying to say? I said, I know you're not crazy. You need some tools that help you manage your emotions. That's it.
Right.
And that, I mean, I've been going to therapy. I started therapy when I had a horrible breakup. And I started therapy and baby, I was on that lady. I don't even think it helped. Straight up. I don't even think it helped. I was going to her, venting to her. I was venting to her every day about what I was going through. And it didn't help until I wasn't better until I was better. I think the only thing about that part of therapy that did help is I was in the habit of talking about it more.
So you were releasing
I was processing it. So she didn't say nothing special that helped me, but the process helped me. And that's why people need to take their ass to therapy.
They should.
Ask a question,
Of course.
please.
Of course.
So I'm gonna rewind back to you talking to your dad.
Yeah.
And you came to him and told him that he needs to see therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And on a previous podcast, we were talking about the millennial generation or their age that actually has a different relationship with their parents, where they are a lot more comfortable having these conversations with them. Is that the kind of relationship you have with your dad, or did you have to build up to that? Because I know I could not have told my mother that ever in my life.
I couldn't have told it depends, right? So like early on, I couldn't tell my mom that, but we have built such a relationship where I can tell her anything. I'm like, girlfriend.
That's since you've been an adult.
Since I've been an adult.
Okay.
Now my daddy and my mom was much older when she had me. Child, my mama, she got with somebody that was way younger than her. And he's always been like up front. My father also calls me crack gang. So put that into
roll the dice.
Right. Put that into perspective. Right. But my dad, he's always been like really open with me. And I just told him like straight up, like, hey, I think you got some stuff going on. Like you need some help. You need to get in therapy. I'm not going to therapy. I'm not crazy. And he came back. Well, they did said, you know, I'm dealing with a couple of things. I said, I know. I'm your child. I know what you're dealing with.
That's great though.
Yeah, but my mom is still on that side. I can tell her, but she's not gonna do it. I can tell her though, but she gonna do it.
So she's probably more of that old regime.
Yeah, my mom was born in the 50s. And she an Aries. That girl ain't doing nothing she don't want to do. Straight up.
Like, you can't make me do it.
You can't make her mama.
Happening.
No, but my mom. No, that's okay.
Everybody, listen. You know how many times I get, who is that man in the background? It's Tommy. It's my producer.
He
has a microphone.
No, but my mom, me and her super straight, and I just, you know, I tell her like it is, and I think I've done a good job at recognizing her triggers. Like she say sorry a lot more now to me. Like I've shaped that girl up. But it's through like, Mom, I know you're upset, but you don't have to get mad. And then she'll call me back and she'll say, I'm not trying to get mad. I'm just so frustrated right now. But I've had to coach her.
That's great. My mama died. Never have said sorry.
Oh no, I had to coach my mama, or we wasn't gonna be good. So we went through some stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
And I feel like mother-daughter relationships are definitely important. Just like father and son relationships are important, especially in the Black community.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to kind of just figure it out. We don't get to choose who our family is. And of course, sometimes we need to X their ass out or take a break. But if the relationship is mendable, you should.
But you know what? I think I might disagree. And it depends on what you believe, right? Spiritually, I think we do choose our families.
You think so?
I do. I think that our souls say, hey, I need you to teach me this lesson. So let me get in with you.
Okay.
I know why. I'm still figuring out. I know why my soul chose my parents. My father is he's a character, right? But as much of a character as he is, he nurtures like nobody I've seen. Right. And my mama is so resilient, like nobody ever seen. I know why I chose my parents. I think our souls know what we need to learn, but you don't, unless you're thinking about that kind of stuff, you're not gonna get there.
Right. Like it's gonna kind of bypass you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what was one of the hardest moments in your life you've endured, and how did you overcome it?
So I have a 14-year-old, and he has also a 14-year-old brother.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the hardest moments I've had to deal with. And I don't even realize how hard it is until I talk about it. Mm-hmm. You find out you're pregnant while somebody else pregnant.
Girl, listen.
Are you crying? I'm ready to turn it up.
Because that's supposed to be like a happy moment. Like
I was a kid too.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18 when all of this was going on. So it was just not good. But it was one of the hardest things that I had to deal with, because I had to grow up so fast in such a short amount of time. And so I made it. But I don't even think I even understood how I felt about that until years prior.
So when did it, like, I guess, hit you to where it's like, okay, that really kind of fucked me up a little bit?
Maybe like 5 or 6 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because, like, I don't know. When I started getting into other, because obviously he and I broke up, we were kids. No way you got the tools to navigate that at 18 years old. It's no way. Right. I think I just noticed how I was dealing with men, and how, like, I was very strict.
Like, if you don't,
yeah,
your ass is crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think I realized that, and just wouldn't let people be human. Mm-hmm. So time helped, and perspective helped, and his father and I, like, we on good terms. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite affirmations?
Favorite affirmation? I already told you one. Give it to God and your therapist too. Don't forget to be a bad bitch. That's one of my favorite ones.
Please don't
forget to be a bad bitch. What's another favorite affirmation of mine? Oh God, it's so many. It's 4 books out now. It's so many. I'll go with my like very original one. Was my grandma used to say it to me. I ain't gonna let nobody drive me crazy. That was my grandma's favorite thing to say. Because
people will drive you crazy for real.
They will. Oh, and my favorite one about, like, losing loved ones is no time with the people we love will ever be enough.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
That is a good affirmation.
Yeah.
Because when my grandfather passed, I guess I was just so confused at that point. I'm like, it's so many other people who grandparents are doing this, that, and the third. They still alive. Like, what is going on? Like, I feel like I was robbed.
Yep.
But it wouldn't have made a difference whether he would have died at 72, 80, 90, 100. I still probably would have been towed up somewhere feeling it.
Yep. I mean, when my grandmother passed away, so I was moving to Milwaukee, and she didn't really want me to come because she didn't want me to, like, not have anybody or just be isolated. And she was like, I don't think you should move. And my grandmother just is not, she don't have that kind of temperament. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I understand how you feel, but I'm gonna be okay. And I'm not that far. So if I need to drive home, or if it go bad, baby, like, I'm out.
Right.
And then she called me back the next day, and she apologized. And she was like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have never said that to you. I shouldn't have been like that. And I was like, it's okay. Like, you're my grandma. You got that right to say whatever you want. You have been here for me through literally thick and thin. When me and my mom would go through stuff, my grandma was a staple in my life. And I said, it's okay. But as soon as I moved, 2 months later, she passed away. Oh, I feel so much guilt. I feel so guilty. Like, I broke her heart. But I think she just felt like, okay, my granddaughter gone, her kids gone, my kids are grown. I'm straight. I didn't had enough of this. She was 87.
Okay. So she probably found a piece, like, okay, she doing good. Yeah. She there. She fine. Because I'm pretty sure if you would have came back, she would have still definitely been there. But you can't blame yourself, No,
I used to feel guilt, but I don't feel guilt anymore, right? Like, it's not about me. Like, she had her 87 years on the earth.
And I tell people that all the time. Like, me and my friends joke, like, we getting old. And I'm like, dude, I got at least another good 40, 50 in me.
Me 70.
70, okay.
70 I got. I want to do 100.
And that's a milestone. And I feel like, because I seen something, it was kind of like a magazine little expert thing, and it was talking about how you're able to live a long life. And I do truly believe, like, when you're genuinely happy and you're laughing and you're smiling, you are going to live one of the longest. Like, think about
Yes,
comedians.
yes.
They live until they never kick the can. It seems
Boy.
like.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But I think God got 100 for me. I think.
I believe it.
I hope so.
I believe it. So to piggyback off your affirmations, because I know this is a big topic too, when you said don't forget to be a bad bitch. What's
Yeah.
your definition of a bad bitch?
Oh, it's very subjective, right? Like
Mhm.
everybody has to have their own definition of being
Right.
a bad bitch. My definition of being a bad bitch is living the life I want to live, looking how I want to look, and doing what I want to do. I'm a bad bitch. Like, who can fuck with me really?
You
I
heard
don't
it.
think nobody.
You heard it.
In my own brain, right? Like, I
Like,
don't
what
think,
we doing?
yeah, I don't think bitches is fucking with me. But I also think I got so many people that I'm like, lateral with. Like, we
Mhm.
all here together. I'm that kind of girl too. But I had to hone in on having confidence. I was bullied a lot growing up. Oh, girl, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why I can't see it? You know how it's like some people be like, okay, I don't see
You
that.
know, skinny.
Skinny is in. Listen,
It's in now, but skinny. I ain't had no boobs. I ain't had nothing going on. Then I got the nerve. I'm dark. My mama Afrocentric girl, so I had Kari shells in my hair, and
Uh-huh.
just like you know, in middle school, it's like
they like, who is this
they
girl?
don't see the vision. They don't see the vision.
Like, I see where I'm at, but wait till I get.
Yeah. So they didn't. So you know, and I grew up very earthy because my mom was earthy, and people used to bully me about that. And so like I had to really get an understanding. Even now, as an
Mhm.
adult, nobody's bullying me now because really I can just beat your ass. But even now, as an adult, like I had to get an understanding of what true self-confidence was, and realizing like who had the microphones in my life.
Right.
And it really should only be me.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody
you
gets the
determine
microphone. Yeah. So
Is that an affirmation? Or is that just that's off the dome?
I feel like that
That was
could be
dope.
the affirmation. You need to keep that.
I'ma watch it back.
Listen.
She's spitting.
No, but you know what? I know that I'm not the originator of that.
Mhm.
Somebody gave me that. So whoever gave me that, thank you. I don't want to take credit for things that are mine.
We don't know who they are. That's yours.
But yeah, nobody get the microphone in my life. Nobody gets to tell me who I am. I know who I am.
Right.
You don't get to tell me, and you don't get to determine it. So once I really like honed in on that, even in my 30s, like it's been a journey. I think it's always gonna be a journey.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna grow for the rest of my life. Even when I say I want to get to 100, I think I'm gonna still be growing at 99.
Right.
Growing. But yeah, I had to work on that self-confidence piece.
And I did too, because like you said, I'm a dark girl.
I hate that.
And it's so weird because it's like I think we some of the coldest pieces out
like,
there.
You all cold. When I saw you at Ashley Sip and Speak, I said, "Oh, this lady." If I say who fucking with me, Bree might.
I be trying.
Bree might. Like straight up and down.
And for me, it was like I was tall, so of course
Yes.
that made a whole nother fucking thing. Because shorter men, like as I've gotten older, I've dated shorter men.
Yeah.
I feel like they be having a mean man complex
They
though,
do.
because it's like they gotta make like I'm not taller than you, so let my attitude be taller than you.
Oh
Like,
my God.
sir, if I'm talking to you just because you're shorter than me, I still respect you. I thought it was cute, like with Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee Simmons, she's towering over him, they walking hand in
She
hand.
just a bad bitch.
Like,
yes.
because I like to be the center.
Yes.
listen.
Come on, Cancer Queen.
I want to be the center of the relationship. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't feel bad if you were short.
Yeah.
But no, but dealing with that in middle school, then my sister was a complete opposite. Light skin, thick, head full of thick ass hair. So it's like going to school with her is just like, they're like, you sure y'all sisters? Like, yes, we have the same mom and daddy.
Oh my God.
Like, please
Jeans
give
be
me a
picking up
break.
different stuff.
Listen, just skip past me until I got enough.
Yeah, no, but you know, you gotta like anybody, like, and you know, some of this stuff I'm being funny, but your confidence has to be, you have to be so sure about who you are
Mhm.
because it's so many like people, especially on this like media platform,
Woo.
people will start trying to say anything to you, and I can't even give that any volume to my ears, like I can't, because I do care about what people say.
Right.
People be lying. I don't care about people say. Yes, you do.
I care because for one, I don't like being lied on.
Nope.
Nobody likes to hear bad shit about themselves,
Nope.
especially when it ain't true. Nobody likes to be picked on because, like you said, people don't know. They see us now, but you don't know what I went through in middle school, high school, early 20s. What if you bringing up some past trauma that I thought that I didn't kind of like move past a little bit or am still healing from? People are mean online. And I say kids are the meanest too. If you want to know some shit, ask a kid. A kid will literally tell your business and tell you exactly.
Yeah. No, you gotta watch it. So
Like my friends, I care what they think.
Mhm.
I don't care what somebody that don't know me think, but you would be a liar to say that like, oh, that stuff don't get, like even celebrities say that stuff get to them.
I could not.
You can know it's not true, and the salacious stuff that people say, it can still get to you. So I'm trying to cut down as many microphones, as much volume as I can, because I don't want to hear that. I know who I am. I'm not listening to what y'all got to say.
And people will rather hear a lie than the truth. Like there's
Yeah.
certain pages I don't even follow, like the Neighborhood Talk, the Shade Room. I've unfollowed all of them
Oh,
because
I'm
I
guilty
just feel
because
like
I be on that shade room. I got to keep up with my news.
it's some stuff that I'll see on TikTok. So probably TikTok is my thing now because
Mhm.
TikTok gonna tell it all.
TikTok gonna tell it all. I can't lie. Like I still follow the shade room because I like to keep up with it, but I take that stuff with a grain of salt.
Because we really don't know what these celebrities
And
got going on.
that's the only bad trash media I follow. I don't follow Neighborhood Talk. I do watch Jason Lee's interviews.
But some of his interviews are
They're
informative,
good,
and I
yeah.
feel like he's asking questions. He give us the mess, but then he also gives us like the
what we want to know.
opening to these
Shout
people.
out to Jason Lee.
Is that light skin dude?
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like he really, like when he had Sukiyana on there, I feel like he was able to show us a different light to her.
Yep.
He got to the nitty gritty as
See,
far as like her
I don't think I
personality
watched
and stuff.
Suki's. I watched T.S. Madison's. I love TS. I've been following TS for a very long time. So when all the trans stuff started popping off about Just Hilarious and old girl, I was looking to TS for guidance, and I was disappointed in her at first because I felt like she wasn't as loud.
Right.
And then when I watched her on Jason Lee, I'm like, okay, no, she got good perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was definitely a huge topic. And
Yes.
I don't think either party was right or wrong, but my perspective and my standpoint, this is my opinion, you guys, so please don't kill me.
Right.
I do not like how sometimes trans women try to discredit us because I feel like we are the blueprint. Like we are.
I think sometimes we see like real trans women, they don't be into all of that.
True.
I think people they know what's gonna agitate us.
Mm-hmm.
They know, and so that's why they say it. I like TS talks about how like she's proud to be trans. That's a whole different story. They done went through a whole nother set of stuff that we couldn't even fathom just because they're trans, right? And I think that people get out of pocket because it's clickbait.
Yeah.
They say whatever because they know somebody gonna respond and they gonna do this and do that. But trans women that I know in real life have always been just very inclusive, very respectful, and they don't want our lane. They got their own lane.
They do, and that's why they have.
But the ones I know in real life, not these ones that's doing clickbait on social media
and trying to get likes and go viral and have that moment.
Man, shout out to the trans girls. I love y'all.
They're fun. The gay men, love them. Hey, Najee, I know you're watching. Always a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah.
So we got to get into your EP, girl.
Oh my gosh.
What was your mood and your vibe for Mirror Talk?
I was bored.
What shit comes out when you bored?
You know, and so like I've always wanted to be a rapper, but then I'm like, I'm not really about to be no rapper because that's like not my thing. I'm not witty enough. But I did want to come out with something that people could listen to that them in real time, like while they were getting ready to go out or you driving in your car or whatever you're doing. Shout out to Tony Jones. I believe she's like the first person that I know to make affirmation music.
Okay.
And so she did that a while ago. And so like I said, okay, well, what could I do? How could I love music and I want to put this out? And so I did. And I've been thinking about doing another one.
I think she
now
should.
that I'm like older and like more evolved, I'm thinking about like doing another one. We'll see.
I think she should. If y'all think she should, make sure y'all go to her page.
Yeah, go let me know. But I've been thinking about it just because it's just another thing for people to enjoy.
Yeah, it is. And it's like I feel like music brings everybody together.
Yeah.
Like everybody love music. Like no matter ethnicity, race, none of that. Everybody can listen to a good tune, a good bop. That she was on the intro. So Mirror Talk, Apple Music, YouTube, you'll be able to find it. Okay, so what's your favorite track from Mirror Talk?
My favorite track is Don't Forget to Be a Bad Bitch. My friends love I Got Me Fucked Up. They love that song. They feel like I just got into a bag. But I feel Don't Forget to Be a Bad Bitch was my jam.
Because like she said, she's a bad
But
bitch.
I was talking to myself. Like, hey girl, it's me. You ain't got your hair done this week. I don't see no polish on your feet.
Like, what's going on?
And your edges ain't laid. Sweet, what's going on?
You gotta look. You as a woman, sometimes we do have to check the shit out ourselves. Like, so you just gonna let yourself go?
Yeah. And that's what I told myself after I had my last son, who is 5. I was like looking at myself. I'm like, oh, girl, you look a mess. You look a mess. You feel a mess. Why don't you do something about that? Like, you're a bad bitch. Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget it. And nobody else had to tell me that. It's me. So that's what happened.
And that's what's up, girl.
Yeah.
So, what has been your most rewarding moment during the Ghetto Mantras journey?
My most rewarding moment is when people like see me out in public and I don't think I'm nothing, right? Like,
Right.
I don't really think too much of myself. I do, like, I'm confident, but I don't think like, oh yeah, I'm Ghetto Mantras. Like, girl, bye. But when I was in North Carolina for a work conference, and somebody came up to me and was like, I know you. I was like, what? You don't know me, sweetie. And they was like, I know you. You Ghetto Mantras. And I was like,
like, you know me in a different state.
I'm in a different state, right? And so those kind of moments make me feel like, all right, I got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
I got something going on, and I'm proud because people tell me like, no, and people will go back. No, you posted this video, and this helped me get through my day that day.
And it's for real a movement. Like, this
Yeah.
is no rap cap. This is no like I'm doing
Yeah.
this because we own. It's a movement. So
Yeah,
continue it because it's gonna keep getting bigger and greater and greater.
I'm trying.
Oh, what's next for the Ghetto Mantras movement? Like, what's coming up? I know you kind of inserted a little bit, but tell the people
Yeah,
again.
so we have a new care package dropping in November. That's like my date. I drop them in November.
Okay.
And this one is going to be big because I got some funds behind it.
Okay.
All right. So that's coming up. I'm not gonna speak much about it because it's a surprise, and like my subscribers, they get that stuff first.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a new care package coming out, and the biggest thing that I'm into is like immersive self-care experiences.
Okay.
So the last one we had here in Milwaukee was at Bayview Park.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it right on Lake Michigan, and we had like sound bowl therapy, and we had by Melissa Blue, we had yoga done by Kayla Blount. We had Samantha Starr events help me curate that event. We had drinks by the Liquor Lab.
Oh, I know the Liquor Lab.
Yeah, shout out to the Liquor Lab.
Hey, y'all.
And we did like a whole just like half day thing where women just got together. We took care of our minds with the sound bath. We were in the lake doing sound bath.
Really?
It was crazy, girl. Like, I just be coming up with some stuff.
Listen.
Yeah, I be coming up with some stuff. And then we did the yoga just like on the beach. It's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we just doing yoga. High, just on the beach, just crazy, right? And then we had group journaling. I lead that portion.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the stories that people tell and the stuff that people need to get off their chest. Like, people be going through stuff like what I'm noticing that the biggest thing is domestic violence.
Yeah.
People are going through that domestic. Like, you would think that it stopped. No, people are going through domestic abuse, verbal abuse. And so a lot of women were able to share that story. And it was really good because they just didn't have to keep carrying that with them.
Right.
And I thought it was really good. We also took clothing donations to the Milwaukee Women's Center.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so I donated like 20 brand new pajamas for women. We donated kids' clothes, brand new socks, like over 100 new clothing items from the girls that came to that event. We also did the event in Detroit as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that event in Detroit at the Riverside Marina where my father, he does like building work for them. So he helped me get the space.
That's what's up.
And we partner with Kwanzaa Me as a sponsor, Black Girl Smile, Maggie May for our catering, Detroit Lux Picnics for our picnic setup. Erin Juliana, that's my girl. Shout out to her. She's a wellness practitioner too. And we just all came together. And shout out to my cousin Aisha again for doing our photos. My best friend did the videography. Like, baby, we had some folks up in there, but we just all came together to give people an experience where they could share who they are and not feel judged by it. Like, people talked about the cancer that they were going through.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy stuff. Like, somebody even talked about you know how people get seasonal depression and mostly it happens in the winter.
Mm-hmm. Christmas, holidays.
Some people talked about it happening in the summer. Yes.
Really?
Summer. Like, I never heard of that before.
I've always heard winter, but never summer.
You never heard summer. Being depressed in the summer, like, and we help talk through that and go through that. And I just appreciate women. First of all, I appreciate the women that came because not only did they uplift me, but they uplifted the other women that came because wow, not only I'm sharing this with people that got my back.
Right.
And that's what it's about. So I will tell you, this is kind of an exclusive. I believe it's an exclusive.
We getting exclusive, y'all.
We are having a winter wellness event focused on seasonal depression this year.
I need to make sure that I'm there.
Now it might be out of time.
I can catch a flight.
All right.
I will hop on the flight.
We are having one to fight seasonal depression too, because I think that you might not need it every day, but maybe once or twice a year, if you can say, for my own self, for my own sanity, I went to an event where I got to talk it out and process some things that I've been going through.
Right.
Because some people are good at it and some people are absolutely not.
Yeah.
They don't talk. They're not talking to nobody. I can't trust women. I'm not talking to nobody. No.
Just letting it eat them up.
Yes. And we're not doing that. We got to, no, nothing had to eat you up if you were my crew.
You don't let it out.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Period.
Okay, so I got some fun questions before we end this off.
Before we end the night.
So, sunflowers or roses?
Ooh, that's hard. I'm going both. I'm picking both. I know
both of them.
But because sunflowers, because me and my friends, we all have sun tattoos.
Okay.
For the summer friends. Okay, so sunflowers for that. And I like how sunflowers show you your humanity. Like sunflowers are for the sun and it's bright, right? But even a sunflower will wilt.
Mm-hmm.
A sunflower has to take time to be human too. So sunflowers for that reason, but roses because my rose bush is named Annie Mae.
Oh.
And so I take care of my rose bush, and roses show me. Roses really show you the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would think you get your first bloom and you like it's over. And then you get another bloom and you're like, okay, it's over. And then you get another bloom. And it just shows you throughout the year or throughout the growing season how you continue to bloom, how things are continuing to bloom for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to pick both.
Okay. Braids or silk press?
Oh.
You got to pick one.
Okay, I got to pick one. On me, silk press.
I was gonna say your curls be bouncing. I didn't think you would,
but I love my braids. But yes, I'm gonna go silk press. Shout out to It's a Secret Hair Studio. That's who do my hair, and I love her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Runs or walks?
Walks, because my husband loves walking. I got to give him something. So
okay.
Walks.
Moesha or the Parkers?
Oh my God. That is so hard.
I know.
I'm going with the Parkers.
The Parkers was a key.
I loved Moesha, and I loved Moesha, but the Parkers was just like, I don't know. It was just it.
It was different.
It was different.
It was different. Okay, Halloween or Christmas?
Christmas. Stop playing. I knew that right off.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
What? I've never seen that.
It's old, girl. Oh, I'm a Christmas freak.
Okay.
You walk in my house, it's ornaments falling from my ceiling.
I like that.
Tree right to the top of the. Oh, I'm crazy. It's all kind of decorations. Like I love Christmas. I don't even use the same ornaments every year.
You're not wrong though, because I feel like Christmas is such a jolly time.
Oh,
like
man. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. Look at my husband. He got on here and then he hurried up and got off. I see him. I love Christmas. So it's Christmas.
Christmas. Okay. So girls' night in or night in with Bae?
Keep going.
I'm not answering that. Both. I need them both. Like people be so codependent on their relationship. I'm not codependent with my husband.
Right.
And so I like to have time with him. I love to have time with him. I love him, but I also need time with my friends.
Yeah, you need your good girlfriends.
Yes, I need everybody is in harmony. Everybody has a space.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So quality or quantity?
Quality.
With that one. Mm-hmm. Rustic or modern?
Modern.
R&B or rap?
I love rap, but R&B.
R&B, okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
You gonna get me for this last one. It's the final one. You ready for it?
No. Ready for it? Okay.
Detroit or Milwaukee?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. I'm picking both.
Oh, to do it. I had to
Let me
do
tell
it.
you why though. Detroit is my home. It's one of
It's
the
so cold in the D.
Hey.
we supposed to keep peace.
Hey.
Detroit because it's my home. I grew up. Detroit made me. It cultivated me. It grew me. Like my whole family is in Detroit, right? It's one of the blackest cities in the country.
It is.
I love Detroit, but I have to give Milwaukee a space in my life too because Milwaukee really grew me. It really forced me to find myself even more than I thought I was. And Milwaukee has really blessed me. Like I have really got some blessings.
We love you here, girl.
I love Milwaukee too. Like I have got some blessings out of Milwaukee. What I hate is that it has such a bad reputation. Like people like, it's black people in Milwaukee. I'm like, yes.
I hate when I get asked that.
My God. And I'm like, yes, it's black people. It's a rich culture here, but people don't get to see it. It's overshadowed by the other stuff. But Milwaukee got a lot of blessings. It's a lot of blessings here.
It is.
So I'm picking both.
Both of them. I just had to do that because I knew Detroit. I had to do it. So before we get out of here, girl, let them know where they can find you. Instagram,
Yes.
plug it all.
Okay, so find me on Instagram at Ghetto Mantras. That's my main platform. If you want to really get in my business where I tell even more stories than I do on my Instagram, sign up for my newsletter. Get on ghettomantras.com. If you watch this like later on down the line, order a care package, order an affirmation book. I promise you it will bless your life. We got something for everybody, new, old, young, trans, not trans, anything, baby. We got you. And Facebook too, but I'm really not active on Facebook. Find me on Instagram.
Go to Insta, y'all.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you again for coming.
Oh
I'm
my
so glad
God.
you came.
Thank you. You are so sweet and professional and well prepared.
I try to be.
you. Oh my
That's
God.
the OCD coming out.
I had a calendar invite, y'all. I had questions that I could look at and reference, and it was just good.
I try to treat my guests well.
Yeah. It's good.
All right. So thank you guys again for joining another episode of What's Up, Bree with Ghetto Mantras. I hope you guys have a great night and see you next time.
See ya. Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, where we will talk about self-care, self-healing, just all of the other things I just...
Stop playing with me. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, inspired by Issa Rae's Mirror Talk. My name is Javon Shee, and I'm a self-proclaimed ghetto intellect, and I provide a self-improvement journey through hood dialect with my ghetto mantras. So I hope you love it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it does something for you. And I just want you to know, like Auntie Monique say, I love us for real. Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, where we will talk about self-care, self-healing, just all of the other things I just... Stop playing with me. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Mirror Talk, inspired by Issa Rae's Mirror Talk. My name is Javon Shee, and I'm a self-proclaimed ghetto intellect, and I provide a self-improvement journey through hood dialect with my ghetto mantras. So I hope you love it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it does something for you. And I just want you to know, like Auntie Monique say, I love us for real.